r/shortscarystories. Posted by you/PatrickRGM. I know the day you die. It's a gift I've always had. And it's nothing personal either. I can do it to pretty much anyone. Ever since I was an infant I could tell just by looking, staring right past someone's eyes and deep into their future. The date sort of just appears in my mind, with the spontaneity of an idea or forgotten memory. And it's always accurate, too, even if I tell them. I don't tell them anymore. I'll get to the point, I suppose. I know you've read the court case numerous times, so I'll spare most of the details. My whole life I've been laying low, in terms of employment. Jobs with minimal interaction, sanitation in small offices, that sort of thing. The less people I have to look at, the better. I'd been employed at the local school for a few months, and even though 1,000 kids came in and out of that place every day, I had become pretty good at keeping my eyeline low, sticking to work after school hours. That was until the emergency fire assembly. 1,000 kids all lined up outside on the concrete. I tried my best to avoid eye contact, mind you, but I'm only a man. I saw one kid would die in about a week and felt a pang of guilt. But what could I do? And then, well, the kid behind him was going to die on the same day. I assumed it was a coincidence, or maybe they'd both pass in the same accident. I averted my eye line, and you wouldn't believe it. 1,000 kids. All set to die on the exact same day. I'd never seen anything like this, so you understand I had to do something, anything. Maybe calling in a fake bomb threat the day beforehand wasn't the most rational thing to do, but it got the kids out of school, and that's what mattered. I thought it mattered. Damn it, I thought I was doing the right thing. You know the rest. 26 roadside accidents, all dead. 55 dead in unrelated gas fires. Over 600 suicides. All dead, on the day I had foreseen. The universe correcting my goddamn mistake. I'm not even sure what you found me guilty of, Your Honor, but I know it all seems very suspicious. This story of mine isn't exactly common. Hell, I'm writing this from my cell. You probably think it's all bullshit. Which is why I am going to prove it's not. June 16th, Your Honor. June 16th is the day your daughter is going to die. I saw her briefly before the case began. You can do all you want to fix it, to keep her safe. Lock her in an empty room all day, it won't matter. The will of the universe is unknowable, and I guess I'm only its prophet. Trying to clear my name. Posted by you/sunemma. There is no off switch. Intertech has announced its latest revolutionary product, the Workday chip. With this product, a person can go a whole workday, and not even know it. It automatically initiates a sleep sequence in the user's brain, then controls their muscles so that they can do their job while completely unconscious. All of a person's energy can now be put into the things that really matter, hobbies, family, friends. They never have to think about work again, unless they're picking up their paycheck. Soon, this chip became a regular part of life. Some companies even started giving it out for free to employees. It was a win-win. The companies got more efficient workers, and the employees no longer had the stress of a job. You could hardly even tell a person was unconscious. The chip recognizes patterns and could converse just like its user would. For a while, this seemed like the perfect system. 3 years after the implementation of the Workday chip, the disease broke out. Nicknamed the Red Flame disease, it caused a terrible combination of coughing up blood and intense burning pain. It spread like wildfire, and soon the majority of the population was affected. Even though most people were in no state to work, the chips forced them to automatically. There was no off switch, and it was able to pick locks or break down doors in order to get its user to work. In the end, it didn't matter if a person had the chip or not, everyone ended up dead. From the moment you first coughed up blood, you had mere days left to live. The disease didn't discriminate between the old and the young, every single person eventually succumbed. It all happened so quickly that most bodies never even got taken care of, they were just left in their homes to rot away. Now roaming the streets are corpses, doing nothing but going through the motions as if they were ghosts. Dead baristas try to ask customers that don't exist for their order, But some no longer have tongues. Shriveled hands work in factories to produce gadgets for nobody. Businessmen look before crossing the street on their way to work, but no longer have any eyes. These ghost-like beings are stuck in a strange purgatory. They are dead but not at peace. Watching over these ghosts are the CEOs, the top 1%. They live in elaborate bunkers and clink glasses, laughing about how they will never have to pay another worker again. The workday chip has no off switch, and that's exactly how it was meant to be. Posted by u/sundering_stranger. Intrusive thoughts. We've all had them. Strange little things, aren't they? One moment you are yourself and in the next, for one small instance, someone else is in your head. Ignore the red light. Go through. Don't you want to see how many cars will pile up? I could grab that child and throw them over the bridge. Their mother wouldn't be able to react in time. It would be so easy to grab that knife. I've never stabbed anyone in the stomach before. Don't worry. It's not you. You are fine. Healthy and whole mentally. Those are not your thoughts. I'll let you in on a little secret. An intrusive thought is the weakest form of possession. Most aren't even from a singular ghost. Stop for a moment. Think. Where you were or what you were holding when they came to you. How many people have died on the road with the sharp turn around the bend? Just go straight. Don't worry about the turn. How many suicides happen at that popular bridge you pass on your daily walks? Would people scream if you jumped? Would anyone notice at all? Only one way to know. How many people have owned the gun you bought? Just aim and pull the trigger. He's been yelling at you all day. You don't deserve that treatment. The ghost sat up. Miserable. Angry. Enraged at the knowledge that death did not receive them kindly. Furious, in some cases, that someone made the decision for them. And they see you. Us. Me. They see you content. They see you depressed. They see you in all ways and they hate it. So they whisper and they chant in their congregations. Like the buzzing of an angry hive, just a pitch too high for human ears. Anger overflowing at each failed possession. Sometimes they manage to get in your mind, just for a second. Just enough to make you think about it. And sometimes, if they get you on a particularly bad day, they take your body too, just for a second. They don't need it any longer than that. Posted by u/hgtv_neighbor. My brother's letter. I got a letter from my estranged brother. Well, I suppose estranged is putting it lightly. We share nothing but disdain for each other. Why? Because he's an asshole, of course. People always say we were so much alike, but I never saw it. Liar. Cheat. Conman. Backstabber. Any of these, and more, would be an accurate description of Joshua, but I am certainly none of these. Joshua and I are identical twins though, so I suppose on a purely superficial level we are indeed very much alike. But Joshua is a villain, and I am the everyman. I won't even get into the things he did to me, simply because it's too painful to recount. Let's just say it included, but was not limited to, mental abuse, public humiliation, and torture. Despite the shitstain my brother has always been, Joshua does have a daughter I like very much. Julia calls once in a while to chat and it's clear she feels guilt about who her father is. With some trepidation I opened my brother's letter. I could only imagine the kind of bullshit I was about to see. Hey Jim. Julie may have told you that I'm in poor health. I have many regrets and just want to make things right with you, so I booked a trip for us to take together. Just you and me at a beautiful resort in Brazil. The dynamic duo in action, just like the days before I became who I no longer want to be. Please say yes. Please give me the chance to be your brother again. Joshua. So there it is, the seed my brother hopes will take root and grow into a new beginning for us. Just hop on that flight and meet him in Brazil, and spend a few weeks getting to know him again. Share some beers and shed a few tears. I know what you're thinking. Don't do it, Jim. Screw that asshole. And you would be right to see it that way. However, I know something you don't. I know that Joshua's kidneys are failing. I know that I'll be kidnapped shortly after exiting the airport. I know he plans to take both of my kidneys. I know that he doesn't know I have late-stage renal cancer. I know the shady surgeon will find that cancer and transplant the kidneys into Joshua regardless. I know a man with my identical DNA will likely fare no better against the cancer that would have likely earned me a terminal diagnosis. I know I will die on that table. I know he will suffer. I know Joshua will leave a substantial inheritance. I know his loving daughter Julie helped him plan all of this. And now you know, I convinced her to do it. Posted by you/kutjelul. Diary of a Concert Hall Janitor. 10 a.m. I woke up and it was one of those mornings, one where I'm drenched in sweat, barely clothed, and where I have vomit all over my bed. I tried to do it yesterday but I couldn't. I tried to finally end my suffering, the agonizing pain that doesn't ever leave me alone, but I failed. The handful of pills in the bottle of wine that I chugged, somehow they didn't help. I'm tired. Another day of pain for me. 2 p.m. Another day of working my job as a janitor at the concert hall. I came in and my co-workers pretended not to notice me, as per usual. My boss noticed me, and briefed me, there's a Pink Floyd cover band playing in the main hall today, and they brought lots of light effects. Our electrical grid won't provide enough power, so make sure the extra generators are running. Now chop chop, there's about 1,500 people coming in tonight. 7 p.m. I watched the crowd seep into the venue, lively, excited faces. I can't help but feel a little bit excited myself too, more than I have been in some time. But why do they deserve to be happy and do I not? I go to the control room and spin up the generators. I hope my boss will be happy with my efforts tonight. 8 p.m. The crowd has taken their seats and I close the concert hall doors. The show will start any minute now. The hallways are completely empty and I lock the front doors too. I can hear the band go on stage while I make my way backstage. I make sure all the outside doors are closed and locked, after which I head up to the control room, where I find my boss lounging. I flip the switch that controls the vents. 8:30 p.m. My vision's becoming blurry. The crowd seems to feel that something's off too. There's lots of yawning and the band is getting duller by the minute. I can see them struggling, just as I was struggling yesterday. The light effects are showing the thick, foggy mist that occupies the air. My boss has resorted to a nap behind me, and my head starts spinning while the band's lead singer falls over. The hall has almost gone completely quiet now. Someone will eventually find out that I hosed the exhaust fumes from the generators into the concert hall, and I hope they realize that happiness is only real when it's shared.